This is Big Poppy Racing.
Here we are for Event 9, the Slalom of the 2021 Diecast Games. Going to be indoor this time. It's just a little easier for me to do it like this. We've got a setup that's going to involve four 90-degree turns that are going to basically make a slalom, then go into two 180s, downhill the whole way, and there's a slight uphill at the end of the course. As you can see, I've got some not so normal 90-degree turns that I had fabricated in our CAD shop with a bank and a high edge that is conducive with high-speed Hot Wheels. I also have the timer down to 1/1000th of a second and the MDG stop bags in my little garage here. Here's the test. We've got our first two cars to test out. This is the Nerve Hammer. Very fast through the slaloms around the 180. Comes a little slower out of there, but gets out, up, and then your time will be on the right. That will be on the top right will be your time. Secondly, we've got I think it's a Chevelle tuned model. Round. He goes down around, and some cars just aren't going to make it. There's nothing I can do about it, folks. Here's your Nightmare Racing with his Mercedes and Datsun 280. Here's WB and Wobbly Bob with his Porsche 944 and Kia Stinger. Here's Uncle Elvis in the Ferrari 360 and the Governor. Next up, Toon Tracks Racing with a Pontiac Grand Prix and the Taxi. The Grand Prix is our first car to have issues. A little bit too fast through them curves, and he makes it the second time. Folks, I'll give everything in 3 shots. Here's his time, 4.694. I'll give everything 3 shots. If I can't get them through the course in 3, just have to DNF them. Here's Troy Racing Team, his 55 Chevy pickup and a Power Rocket. Here's Taiwan Sandy Mac with a Jaguar and a Lancer Evo. Here's DRT3K with the Ferrari 360 and Mazda Miata. Here come the Silver Streaks with a Porsche Carrera and a Super 8 Hemi. Here are the Rio rides with a Jaguar XJ Project and a Roger Dodger. Here's the Scale Racing channel with the Murata Stalker and the Nissan 300ZX. Next up, Rusty Rods Racing has a Honda Civic and a Nerve Hammer. Here comes Road Rage Racing 2 with a VW Beetle and a Mega Thrust. This particular Beetle gave us all kinds of problems. I think the center of gravity may be too high. It just could never get through the fourth. Here's Road Rage Racing with an 85 Honda and a mid-drift. Here's Arlo Racing with a Lancer Evo and a Semi-Psycho. Here's Rivera Racing with their Dodge Murata and a Way Too Fast. Here's Red Lounge Salvage Inc. with a Chrysler 300C and a Subaru Impreza. Next up, Red Pill Racing with their front-running Fairmont and a BMW M1. Here's R&R Riker Racing with a Corvette Stingray and a Lancer Evo. Here's the other part of R&R Racing. This is Rhett with an Austin Martin V8 Vantage and a Nissan Silvia. It's just Pole Boy Racing. He's got his Ferrari F40 and a Kia Stinger. Here's Pepler Racing with a 77 Dodge van and a Lotus Elise. Here's Overclocked Racing with an 07 Shelby, GT500, and a Triumph TR6. Nick Devers has a Ferrari F40 and a Turbulence. Here's NJ Drive Racing. He's got a Dodge Dart and the Swoop Coupe. My Hot Wheels collection has a Corvette Grand Sport and a Pikes Peak Tacoma. Here's Mrs. BFG with a Ford Fairmont and a speed bump. Here's Mr. Mom Joe's Toyota Supra and the Time Machine. Now it's Mr. Mom Bubba and his Lancer Evo and Bubble Gummer. Here's Mr. BFG with his Ferrari F40 and a speed bump. It's time for Michael's Diecast Garage, his Lancer Evo, and a Roger Dodger 2.0. Now it's Metal Mania 3D with a Chevy Silverado and a Kia Stinger. Long wheelbases do not work well in this event. We had the same result last year. Next up, Lily's Boneyard. She's got that Datsun 280 and a Turbulence. Here's the League of Speed with a Mustang GT and an Acura Concept. Here's his Lady of Speed with an Aston Martin Vantage and the trim truck. The configuration and setup on this trim truck is just giving all kinds of issues. Next up, Captain K Racing, a Honda Sprocket and a Turbulence. It's Kaboom Racing with his Rolls Royce and a Sidekick. Time for JX4 Racing. He's got a Lancer Evo and a Solaire CX4. Here's Just for Luck, Ferrari F40 and a Mazda Miata. Irons Diecast Racing has a Lotus Esprit and an Arachnarod. Here's Husky King Racing with a Subaru Impreza and a Super Blitzen. The H-Town Hustlers have a Ferrari F40 and a Nissan 300ZX. Here's Hot Car Track with the Chevy Silverado and the Shadow Jet. Of course, the Silverado's not going to make her through. Here's Gut Feeling with a Lotus Project M250 and a Brett Speed. Here's Gen X Vintage Racing, Ferrari Modena, and a Nissan Silvia. Here's G-Buggy Racing with a Ford GTX-1 and a Toyota AE86. It's A-Team Racing in a Crazy Canuck, a Lamborghini Urus, and a Lancer Evo. The Urus is top heavy and will not make it through these turns, unfortunately. DXP Racing has a Ferrari F40 and a Honda Sprocket. Down Squad Racing has a 67 Pontiac Firebird and a Mazda RX-7. Here's Dirty Deeb Racing with a 63 Studebaker and a Nissan 350Z. Cut Rock Racing has a Ferrari F40 and a Kia Stinger. Here's Button Boys Racing with a Porsche 928 and a Honda Civic SI. Here's Booga Basement Customs with a Ford Mustang and a 56 Aston Martin. Here's Blue Line Racing with a 67 Mustang and the Mercedes 500 SCL. Here's Big Rami with a Dodge Murata and a Datsun 280 ZX. Here's Big Poppy Racing with that fabulous Peugeot Quasar and a Toyota AE86. Here's Big Al's Diecast with a Jeepster and a Lamborghini Urus. Nice wheel spin. Aces High Racing, 2020 Jaguar F-Type and a Subaru Impreza. Here's the 7th ID with a 67 Camaro and a VW Bug. There's a 734 Outlaws. I love his Pontiac GTO and a Ferrari F40. Last but not least, 4114 Racing, Ferrari Testarossa, and a Nissan 350Z. So here's how they finished in the slalom, starting with the mid-drift, 32 points as you see going down, all the way down. I don't think we had any ties in this event, if I remember correctly. 17th all the way down to 32nd, as well as the rest of the cars in their finishing order. So here are the car standings after 9 events. Next up, the Fat Track Free-for-All. All cars race. The top 32 score points. We start with 240 cars. The cars will be seated by their placings after 9 events. There will be 4 brackets. Every team will have 1 car in each bracket. The first race will be 4 cars in a heat. The winner advances. From that point on, car versus car in a double elimination tournament. The first car to win 2 heats wins. We'll put up a pre-race video and announce the brackets and show the track. This is gonna be epic.
This has been a Big Poppy Racing production.